My name is Jessica Oots. I was born on January 17th, 1992. I'm 22 years old. On February 2nd, 2013, I was involved in a car accident with my younger sister. We had pulled up to a stop sign that had a really bad blind spot, and before we even started turning, I blacked out. The only thing I really remember is the flash of white, which is the same color of the truck that T-boned us and sent us 180 degrees and into the front yard of the house that we would stopped by. I felt like I was dreaming. I remember that it was very painful to breathe, and I could hear Abby screaming, wondering what was going on. I kept crying out to her that it was going to be okay. But there was a man that I remember in the front seat of the car next to me, and anytime Abby screamed, I would call out to her and say that everything was okay, and he would comfort me. He would remind me to stay calm, but I don't remember his exact words. When we went to the hospital, they did some scans, and we found out that Abby had broken both the bones in her left arm. I was worse off, and I had broken 10 of the 12 ribs on my left side. I had a nick in my spleen, in my left lung, and an adrenal gland, and I also had blood in my stomach, and I had bruised my heart. I ended up spending a week in the hospital and 2 months after that waiting for my ribs to heal. As I grew up, known as a goody two-shoes, I made all the good grades in school. I did everything that I was supposed to. I had a pretty good reputation, and I wanted to keep it that way, but I was getting tired of keeping up that lifestyle. It was growing difficult. So I tried to act out behind closed doors in the privacy of my mind, and I ended up having some friendships that were very draining. They drained me of my emotions, my everything physical, everything mentally. And I remember laying in the hospital bed in the ICU, just wondering how I was going to continue on with the life that I was living. I knew that what I had been doing was wrong, but I just didn't feel like I could continue. I was wondering how I was going to keep going with school, how it was going to be paid for if I had to take a semester off, and I remember having just an overwhelming sense of peace. I now have 1 year left in school to graduate with a bachelor's of vocal music education. The main thing I want everybody to know is that God has a plan for you. He has a will for every single one of us, and He's going to do what needs to be done, and He's going to hold your hand throughout the entire thing, both good and bad. He took the pieces that had been left behind after the car accident, and He put them together. He made me whole.